So what's going on, guys? TGIF. We made it to another weekend, which in the current state is actually a good thing. So what's going on, guys? How we doing out there? I do the usual ask about, hey, what are you guys up to this weekend? But I can pretty much guess, right? Yeah. I think I'll be at home this weekend. A lot of Netflix watching, right, guys? And a lot of playing video games and all that kind of stuff, right? Choices are limited these days. But me, myself, I'm going to keep plugging away. Just trying to get the game going. Trying to get out the door. Let me send some stuff here. Oops, I just totally screwed that up, didn't I? Sorry, 1 second here. Oh, no, I did that right. Okay, never mind. Just sending out some notices there. Let everyone know that I'm doing this. Let's see. Oh, well, that was brilliant. All right. So I did a tweet, but I did an incomplete tweet, and as a result, it has no link. And you do not edit. Let me go, sorry. Forgot the Twitch stream. I'm an idiot. But you guys knew that, right? No surprises there. Stream link. And that ain't it. That's it. I gotta learn how to do this stuff. Oh, come on. I was supposed to be an attachment. Delete. Comment. Forgot to include and I can't type in anymore. Good start, right? Jesus, I really cannot type. There you go. Correcting my mistakes. There you go. And it just gets buried. Wait. God damn it. Fine. Okay, I give up. Oh, jeez. Oh well. If they can find me, they can find me. One of these days I gotta learn how to do technology. Alright. We'll just let that slide. I'm an idiot. Okay. Are we all good now? I think we are. Okay. Alright, guys. So, yeah. So when we left off Wednesday, I was doing this, that, and the other, but I had some pretty good headway. I had some other stuff to take care of, but I still found time. The key thing was adding the ability to do Sonic Attack on the Ape and the Red Shirt, using just kind of placeholder in terms of animation. So let's make sure I got this set up correctly. Game control, hardcode 31. There you go. So here's a quick rundown. Got it set up in kind of a god mode right now, so I can just fire endlessly, which is always nice. Like that. So you got like -40. Alright, so here we go. It's like the ape. Come down. Boom. So right now it just goes into a seated position. So there's a difference because he's a bigger, tougher character. Ow. I'm just screwing this up now. Let me restart. I was going to demonstrate the difference here. So, Glommers, you can just outright destroy, right? They're a weaker enemy. Boom, like that, right? So, but the ape, boom, you can knock him out, and then see I'm not taking damage when I go by him. Excuse me, but he recovers after 5 seconds, and then he's back in action. So it's just a nice delay. He just, sit down. That's all he does right now. All right, here you go, buddy. Boom. There you go. So I got that, and of course I need new animations there, right? But get this working as well. And the nice thing is, what it'll do is if he's in the process of climbing, I'll have an additive animation that'll be kind of like flailing, right? But yeah, so if he's doing that, and let me see if I can get him jumping down. See if I can work the timing correctly here. Yeah. So there. So what you saw is him actually finishing the landing animation first before he goes into the squat. So, oops. Come here. Really? Oh, because I'm touching? That's interesting. So the Sonic has no effect if we're actually touching. Yeah, like I'm hitting him right now. Huh, okay, I've just found something I wasn't aware of. Check that out. Alright. So, Sonic attack. Ape. Ape. So that's otherwise just go to attacked. Let's see. Alright, so let me make sure that's actually he's picking that up. So it could be because the ape has so many stupid collider boxes all over the place. It could be an issue of sending the attack request in the wrong direction. So let me just double check that. Let's go void attacked. There he goes. Alright. So just turn that debug log back on. And let's check that one. I missed it. But that's why we test, right? Alright. So let's find out. Oh, shoot. Let me come out. I want to be in this view so I can see the logs better. Alright. Here we go. Yeah. Alright. He's attacking. So that should have worked. Oh, okay. I just gotta add that here. There. That should do it. So if he's attacking me, I can still attack him. Hitting play might help. Alright, so let's test this out again. So let him start hitting me. And there. Okay, good. There it is. Try that again. Ooh, why is he not? Interesting. So he's doing damage. Oh, now he's just going through me. So, oh, you son of a... Okay. Interesting. So, let's see. So, there's two different ways for the attack to occur, and that is the player making contact and saying, I got hit by the ape, and reacting, and the ape making contact and sending the signal to the player that, hey, I just smacked you. Let's check this. Debug. And, oh, he's still stuck in attacking. Okay. So we're not getting the attacking complete turned off. So we got to do that. So we got to make sure. Let's see. Oh, how about maybe it's under attacked? Maybe that's where it occurred because I just added that. during the attack. Attacked. There. That's, I'm gonna guess that's the culprit, was the fact that it never got turned off because we went straight into that, me attacking him. So let's try this again. My guess is that's actually gonna fix it right off the bat. Let's check this out. He's gonna attack me, and I hit him. So now, when he comes back, he should hopefully attack. There it is. That was it. It was the fact that if I attacked him when he was attacking me, he would never turn off the flag that shows that he was still attacking, even though he was. Yeah, there we go. We're all good. That's it. So obviously, when you new animation here instead of just the idle rest, that was just a placeholder, so I knew that it was actually activating. But that's all nice. And let me knock out all this debug log crap, since we know we're all good here. I think that's everyone. Okay, that should take care of that. Alright, so I'm going to switch back over into Spaceship and show you that. That one's a bit easier because that one, I don't have him transitioning from place to place with all those multiple animations. So that one's a little easier sort of to clean up and get working. So let's go, let's see. We're here. Oh yeah. Switch this. 41. Okay. Oops. Yeah, like so. Make sure we're in Spaceship. There we go. So for this one, I'm just reusing my zapped animation, which is really crappy now anyways. That's just ugly. Definitely placeholder. I'm going to work on that as well, but you can see it's kind of cool. He's just about to shoot me. Let me go in a... There you go. So he takes a shot at me, boom, and then I nail him. So this one's a bit easier, like I said, because he's basically just walking around shooting or switching, you know, transporting, beaming from one area to another. So once I had the ape dealt with, this one's a bit easier. But you got to make sure that you fire after he's beamed in. Okay, if you shoot too early, you're going to miss him, which is kind of a, see, like, there, see? Although actually it seemed to register after the fact. That was interesting. Oops, come on down, buddy. So you see him, but if you fire too early, you see he just goes right through him. Alright, so I want to look at that one thing we just saw a second ago. That's kind of a new thing. So that one hit him. Okay, so if he's transporting, that should be fine. Should be any contact, period. Sonic attack. So that's tag. Okay. Let's find out this. Let's make that go away. Yeah, that's fine. No, that is pointless. All right. So we're going to find out what we're actually hitting on that. If I can replicate it. That one where he was beaming in and the last second it actually hit him but didn't actually send him into damage, which is wrong. So let's find out why. Debug log. Is it object? Collision. Game object name. Sonic hit hut hit like so. Oops. A little plus in there might be nice. That's good. Okay, and I'll double check to make sure that there's nothing in here, so it's attacked. Okay. Yeah, so for zapped, return. Because, yeah, I did that because I don't want to have a situation where he's, like, in the middle of zapping, being zapped, and then you can shoot him and, like, do double damage kind of thing. That would just get really convoluted. So that's the only exception where it should pass through. Everything else Status enemies attacked. Give that. Alright. I'll just let that one. Oh, dude. It's left over. Let me clear that out. That's garbage. Oops. You can see I borrowed the code from the ape, right? So this, I had to be much more... Sharp Ape, what up, man? I had to make sure that I was checking this, and basically for the cat, like I said, easier. It's just a matter of anything pretty much goes, with the exception of Zapped. No? What's uh-oh. What's OMG? What did I miss? Oh. Yeah? That what? That you actually got first place, or... You still want the key, huh? Well, we gotta see if Johnny comes around. I don't know. Johnny might be he might be AWOL today, deciding he doesn't want to get, you know, inundated with more requests for keys. Well, congrats on the first place, man. That was a big victory with your one toss. You gonna just quit now while you're ahead? Not jinx it? Alright, so that should give us enough information. Yeah. There you go. You're tempted, though. You're tempted. Alright, so... No, that sucked. Alright, let's try it up here. Ah! Such a really hard thing to time. Yeah, I just walked right into it. You're stupid. No, I gotta do it up here. Oh, come on, you jerk. Get up here. Alright, so what I'm trying to do is do the timing where it hits it right when he's beaming in at the last second, and it clips him. Oh, shoot. Excuse me. Oh, come on. Learn how to use a freaking keyboard. You take your win. Get up here. There. See, now it hit. Okay, that time he actually took the damage. Ow. Alright. So it's just like that one time that I was able to pull it off, and now I can't replicate it for crap. Get up here. Oh, come on, jerk. Ah, too soon. So, I mean, it's like split-second timing. Alright, man. I'll be here. Oh, come on. Ah, too late. Timing is really precise in this. Nah, see, that was too early. Too early again. Too early. So I'm gonna have a hard time replicating this, I think. Too early. Too late. Alright, if I can't replicate this after like another couple of tries, I'm going to just pretty much give up and assume that that's going to be a rarity. Ah. And people may just get pissed off on the 1 in 100 chance that ever happened, or 1 in 500, whatever it is. Alright. Come on, baby. Yeah, I can't replicate it now. Happened once. Yeah. Oh, that I thought that would be like right there. Nope. Such a hard thing to pull off. Okay. That's what, 20 tries easily. So I'm gonna sort of like give myself a little breathing room and hope that actually that's okay. So, okay. In that case, I'm going to turn all this crap back off again. shrink this down just a little bit, make this a little more accessible. That's good. Alright, I think it's just those two things. Alright. But key thing is that we see that it is working. The sonic attack now. Boom. New animation definitely needed there. That's placeholder, of course, but at least the code is up to scale at the moment. Boom. There you go, buddy. Yeah, sonic attack is a fantastic weapon to save your butt if you're in a situation that needs it. Especially when he's like right about to fire at you and you got nowhere to go. You know you're just completely screwed. Oh, too soon. Alright, cool. So, since that's all looking in good shape, I just need to throw in some animation to make that not ugly. I didn't save it. Alright, so I'm going to bounce back, and I'm going to pick up where I left off on that other animation. Maya. Here we go. If you guys remember this from a few days ago, I was doing this bit, right? The attack. With the ape, it just does the hands over the head slamming kind of thing. And for right now, I'm going to just let that repeat. But this one I thought it'd be more fun to have a little more variation to it, you know, before it starts repeating. So I'm going to have one more. I mean, I could have it just do the two. I don't know, maybe I could. Okay, tell you what, I'll version up in case I hate the hell out of this. Ape. Attack. Oops, wait. Oh, no. Space Cat. Stupid. Scenes. Space Cat. Red shirt. Attacking. Version 2. Alright. So what I'll do is just, at least for this test, just bring him back to his origin here. Like so. Drop that down to 40. Alright, so then, yeah, that's a bit of a jerk there, so we'll do it over 6 frames. We'll try that. 1, 2, 3, 38, 3, yep. Alright, so then we're going to delete that one and have him cruise into his return point. Like so. Come up a little bit here. That's good. And then rotation. Let's see. All right. Alright, so let's check our arcs here to make sure they're kind of nice and smooth between what's going on here. So that's okay. Also good. This one we can smooth out a little bit. So I get the feeling Sharpay just showed up just to reclaim first place and then bolted. I think he's done for the day. I think he just wanted that title, that crown, and he's like, yeah, I'm good. I'm out. I can have a good weekend now. Alright. So that's good. Okay. Maybe a little bit here. Rotate. Yep, that's good. Alright, so I think what's going on here is that it's just a little too long with this stuff. See if I can come back to this point faster. If I could type. Alright, so what I might do is see if I can return this one. Oh, come on. There you go. Like so. Just smoothing out the arc here. Yeah, that's pretty smooth. Alright, cool. I may just go with this for the moment. It's something that, rather than waste time on doing third part of that animation, when in reality, anytime this attack occurs, you as the player are going to do everything in your power to get away. So it's not going to be that frequently that we'd see 3 different animations played there. So for the moment, I think I can spend my time better trying to work on other parts. So let's go ahead. Oh, and I got nothing on the belt? Really? Is that the belt? Yeah. Wow. I have no animation on the belt. Definitely want to fix that right now. Just go through and key the crap out of it. Turn it off now. There you go. So, oops. Got the wrong thing. Boom. Oops. Come down just a smidge. Let's see. Whoa. Let's just copy this over. Slam. Ooh, look at the separation. There he goes. A little play in the belt there. Gives it body motion just a little more life. I think I have the pelvis separate as well. Let's see if I maybe want to play with that a little bit. Let's see. I thought. Yeah, I do. Alright. Since there's a lot of action going on in his center of gravity around the pelvic area, it might be worth it just to add a little more life here. Whoa. I got gnats flying around. I just had a gnat try and go up my nose. Thank you. Hey, hey! Ricky, what up, buddy? How's it going, man? What up? How's your weekend looking so far? Just been doing the arts? What you got going on, man? Anything interesting you want to share? Let's bring that back down. Like so, like that. Up. Big stomp. Boop. Just some anatomy studies. Oh, that's cool. I'd assume it's not a life drawing class in person because of the situation we're in. But that's cool. So you're doing something off of like a website or something for your reference? Excuse me. My wife actually does that a lot too. It's pretty cool. Let it drip down a little bit. Come back up. that. Drip down. Like so. There you go. Just a little more life. Alright. And obviously, lastly, I think you gotta add some life to the face and the ears and the mouth, since I got nothing going on there yet. So let's make that happen. And I think I'll go separate here rather than just tie into the same keys. Since this is such a far down the chain item, I don't feel quite the necessity of tying it exactly to the cog here. So here it starts to go rawr. Let's see. I do have it. Okay, yeah, just to make sure it had that keyed properly. You got any, Ricky? You got anything planned for the weekend? Or, I mean, I guess what yeah, I was saying that before. What can you really plan aside from? Yeah, I was thinking about like hanging out at home, and then maybe later on, right, later in the evening, I would start hanging out at home. Really get up and tight like that. Yeah, I'm sticking by my initial hypothesis. I think Sharpay did just drop by just for the sole reason of making sure that he got himself that high score. I'm sure he'll pop back like right when I'm about to sign off, so he can, you know, see Penny, the real Penny, come in, right, and give her a little cameo appearance. All right, how far can I go here? That like that. Yeah, that's okay. I think we're doing okay there with the mouth motions. All right. Okay, so Control S that puppy. And let's get some life in the ears, and then I'll do the eyes, and we will kick it out and drop it in. So here, boom. Even more so, maybe I cheat it downward. Come up a little bit here. There. Let's see. Actually, I think he'd start to come back down here. I don't like that going up. I think here he's going to start to come downward. I'm going to reverse myself here, have him come down. Yeah, that just does better emphasis of when he lunges towards the ground, we see the ear come up sharper. So I think that works better. Here, and there's really kind of like that. Come out and back, start to come back down. All right, head's rising up, so we'll let this kind of come back here. start to do a little rise. And boom. Come out. Head's coming down. Ears going back. I think I want to come up. Maybe, no, I'm going to reverse myself here too. I'm going to come downward. There you go. I think that's going to look better. Yeah, there it is. Yay. All right. Control S again. And let's work this other ear. Turn off my controls, make this more visible. Really come like that. Push it back. Oh, whoops. Started to rotate that way. Pivot is way far off center, so you see how it just throws it way far away. So that's the key reason why I don't even consider doing you know, kind of a cheat rotation to fake the 3D, because I just did such a crappy job on the rig that's just a giant ton of nightmare waiting to happen. All right. And maybe come back like that. Start to come up. Yeah, I'm gonna move this. Let me undo that. Stretch this out to 26. Like that. Big move. No, not liking that one. I think it needs to be a big there and then come flat here. Maybe let that slide back. All right, and it's going to come down there. Yeah. Of course, to that angle and the way it's the motion, it looks more like a bad toupee, but it's kind of funny. Let's see. Yeah, I think I'm okay with that. Maybe tweak it in the future, but I think for the moment we're okay. And you do double duty on these guys just to buzz through this faster. Go wider to begin with, and then squint. Close as I come to eye blink without more definition to the rig and the geometry here. Let's see, maybe I want to go big here. Blink down there. Rise up. Compensate for the squish. real big here. More. All right, see what that. How about that looks? It looks like he's kind of winking at the beginning here. So instead of coming down, I think I'll actually just have the eyes start rising up to this front section. Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm okay with that. So I wonder if I can just sort of cheat like crazy. Maybe do an offset here. Just give a little bit of a separation, not much. Nope, doesn't register. Let me do it further. I'll go 2. So it kind of lags behind. Yeah, it kind of registers. Excuse me. All right, I think I am okay with that for the moment. So let's spit them out. Let's go document it. Wrong side. Tribbles. Assets. Animation. This is Space Cat. Attacking Tribble. Yeah, that'll work. Okay. Good, good. So let's go back. There it is. All right. Let me do a. Here you go. Just because I can. There you go. There's a nice bombing run. Send everyone sky high. Okay. So let's go into animations, and that was Sprechkat. Attacking Tribble, and I think what I say is like 0.25. It is 0.25 is the scale. Shrink that down like so. Apply animation, and this is just call it attacking. Yeah. I don't think I have one call that yet. Nope, that'll work. All right. So let's go over to, excuse me, Space Cat. There it is. Attacking. I don't think it's going to be this easy. I think I'm missing something here. We'll see. Let's see if the cat just starts whooping the crap out of our poor little Tribble here. Wait, what's that door? Okay. Let's loop it. Oops. Attacking Tribble. Where's my loop? Clips. Really? Oh. Here we go. Attacking. Really? No? Okay. Alright, fine. We'll just go old school. There. Loop. Done. Bye-bye. Alright, let's try that again. I do crossfade into it, I think, don't I? Yeah, I do. Good enough. I gotta fix this door. Get through the corners there. It kind of sits open. There you go. There he goes. He's just wailing away. If you're gonna sit there, I'm just gonna beat the crap out of you. And if you walk away, I'm gonna shoot you. Cool. He stomps first. I like that. That turned out okay. Really? There it goes. Come here, buddy. Yeah, well, there. Alright. So that's good. Happy with that. So I think the next thing I want to play with is the sonic attack on our cat there, because right now I just got that placeholder that looks terrible. So I think I'll do that next. Okay. As soon as I fill up my glass here, burning through my liquid refreshments. So my fellow game devs out there, if anyone's out there and feels chatty, I'm just kind of curious. Have any of you guys done any of these online networking meeting kind of things? I've done a couple so far, and mixed results. But the theory behind it is it allows game developers, any game developers, obviously indie because we have no contacts, right? Real game developers, real larger companies have all these fantastic contacts. But so as indie developers, we need these resources as an opportunity to meet investors, publishers, in theory PR, and then other resources like localization and maybe other facilities that can provide assets and that kind of stuff. So like I said, I've done a couple of these now, and thinking about doing a third one that is more focused on more the publisher investor side, which is what I would be more interested in my follow-up game. But I'm just curious if any of you guys out there have done similar, and if you had any thoughts on it. But if not, I will just move on and just keep my own thoughts to myself. Alright, so what we're going to deal with now is him getting zapped. So we're going to start with idle, which is pretty much there. So we'll save him. Alright, so your folder, and we'll call this attacked. Alright, and this one, I don't know, it's going to be, he gets hit for 5 seconds, but I may adjust that. So I could do a 5-second animation, but that's sort of forces it into that point. So I might just do like an intro to the damage, then an animation looping, and then the stepping out of it. Or though actually what I probably want to do is actually have a couple of seconds that loop for the damage, and then have like 1 second where he starts to recover. That sort of hints at the fact that, okay, he's about to get back up again. So let's see. So I'm thinking what I want is for him to like do a grab his face kind of thing initially. He clear out the old keyframes from the old animation. Not sure how it's going to work with a gun. I don't know. I could hide it, or I could just leave it like it is. So, have him dip down. Kind of rock forward. Yeah, it's a good start. The shoulders start to rise up a little bit. And that's the head, so let me start with the neck first. Like so. And yeah, once I get the face in there, I think that'll really help sell it as well. Now, that's going to be a bit much. Let's go this one. Yeah. So that's why. That's him dropping down. I want that to set a little bit before he actually drops the rest of the way. That's good. Yeah. That hand should be in front. Stupid Maya and your crappy Z depth. Alright. I have to go like semi. I'm gonna have to switch it transparent so I can actually see what the hell's going on here. X-ray. There. So I can at least kind of see it better. Yeah. So he's doing it like that. You know what? I'm thinking this out just in my head, and the sonic attack, I'd like to see an impact. Right now, it's just kind of like, you know, ow, you squirted my face with water. So I think what I'm going to experiment with is, let's turn that back off. Let's turn my controls on so I can see what I'm doing here. That. So what I'm thinking is a big step backwards. Oh, what am I missing there? Somebody's not playing by the rules. Did I grab the wrong controls there? I might have. Let's hand. Hand. Okay, hand. There. Wow. Okay, I got some rigging issues there, obviously. I got a weight in there that is not behaving. So here's how we deal with that. Let's go make geo selectable. Yeah. Go back into rigging, and I'll have to do this for my base model if this fixes it. All right. There it goes. I got like a couple of those. Ah. Not sure how I was that far off, but let me see. No, that's still kind of broke. Unless... Nope. Where's my... There it is. Okay, that's why. Because the chest... Okay, that's fine. I see what's going on now. The chest control, I don't have parented to a darn thing, I guess. Which doesn't make sense, but okay. So, that's fine. I can just deal with it here. That's weird. I could have sworn I had him parented to something, but guess not. So we go. She's gonna step back. Oh. Yeah. Boom. Did a little back step there. Like so. And then collapse to the ground here in a second. So we go 3 and 6. Whoops. Let's make the geo no longer selectable. We're good there. That. Good. What a mess. Oh, thank you, Maya. Alright. We just have to trust that the hand is going to be on top of the head there. If we go in perspective view. Where's the hand? Oh, it is behind it. Huh. I'm not sure why it did that way, but... Oh well. That is my fault. I'll still blame Maya, because I can. Oh, whoops. Come on. Seriously? Oh, I'm doing shift space. I'm in Unity land. Unity switching windows is shift space, where here is just space. I hate that, man. When the controls are like so close, but slightly different. And you forget which one you're in. Alright, so that's good. And then, of course, this foot's going to have to travel back with it. A really fast move here, so he doesn't look off balance. Oh, that's a little much. That's starting to look like a dance move now. He's doing the Macarena. Yeah, just enough that it sells the body weight's protected. He's not going to fall over. At this point, he's going to come down like that. And he's going to drop. Really fast. And really ugly. Ooh, too fast. That's a linear move now. That's crap. Alright, so that's not working at all. How about that? Yeah. Motion is okay. We'll have to work on the timing probably in a little while, but yeah, he's looking slightly mangled here, but we'll fix that. 9, 12, 16, 19. There. Just position. 19. Yeah, so looking really stiff, but once I get the secondary motions, I think it'll look okay. I think that body motion is all right. It just really needs like the secondary motion of the head and the hands, all that kind of stuff. So I think what I might do is have the gun hand support himself, the weight on the floor, so this hand can stay up on the face and just really help sell the idea that he's damaged, he's wounded. Alright, so, whoops, that is not the hand. There's the hand. Yeah, 9 and 12. And tell you what, I'm going to hide that, and we're going to go back to X-ray. So see this better? I'm going to let the hand kind of slide around to the front of the face, hopefully. Like so. If I can do that without the shoulder getting too overextended. 16. What is that? 16 and 19? Yeah. So then we go to 16. And then 19. Yeah. So, yeah, I think I've talked about it before, but I was never a classically trained animator. I was just an animator that said, hey, I'm an animator. Traditionally, classically, professionally trained animators work completely pose to pose, right? So you have all these strong poses. I tend to work in a center out kind of mentality. I animate the cog and then let the rest of the body kind of follow suit after the fact. I find that it works faster for me that way, and I feel like I get pretty close to the same results as if I was doing pose to pose. I just think it comes around a little faster for me this way. But yeah, I've been told more than once in my life that I do it wrong, and my response is, did the client okay it? Yeah, then we're done. Let's see. So we want hand here. Excuse me. Yeah, I'm going to let the hand kind of foreshadow the fact that it's going to be coming down. Let's see. It's 16, 19. Whoops, that's the wrong thing. 16. Can make 15, boom, and then 16 hits there. Right, I think the head definitely needs to have some life here, so... No, and I'll have to readjust the hand afterwards, but oh well. I could just do a temporary keyframe, parent constraint with the hand to the head, but I think I'm just going to animate it, just brute force it. The head come back here. Like a dramatic, yeah, it's the neck, so I can extend the head even further if I need to. Alright, so we need to start it here. And then, is it 20? Yeah, I guess it's 19 that stops. Yeah, we're getting there. And it's just really funky with the hand. Alright, so let's go ahead and correct that. Since I made the adjustments to the face and the head. Let's just go back to X-rays so I can see this better. That's good. All right. It looks like he's giving himself a force choke or something like that. He's going Darth Vader on his own throat. Oh well, we'll have to fix that. Well, I mean, it'll fix itself once I bounce over to Unity. Once the layers are shown correctly, but just right now, it's just kind of funny. I just have to trust that that's going to work okay. If not, I can come back and tweak, but I think we'll be okay. Alright, so 12 to 16, I think we want the foot to twist out here. So it's 12, 16. Like that, and then the knee will compensate for that. Like so. So it feels like it's still contacting the ground. Actually might a little high. Like that. Oops. Down in there. Ooh, that's a bounce. I think that's right. Yeah, that's right keys. Okay. It's just a little funky there, so we'll check my curves first. No, that's okay. So I just add another key here to compensate for that jump. Yeah, there it is. And then the back foot, 12. 16, yes, it's 16. 16, we're gonna let that just slide outward. Whoa. Careful. Like that. Like cheat the knee up here. Because you see it's kind of stretching beyond. Let's see, it might have to do the same thing. Alright, let's see. No, I think we're okay. Yeah. So, I mean, obviously if he's on an edge, that leg's going to be kind of floating in space, but I think that's just within the realm of just let it go, you know. I mean, it's not a perfect simulation of reality. Alright. Since Penny's getting kind of neglected today, I'll step up myself and risk the miss. Come on, Penny. Treat me right. Here we go. Boom. There it is. Well, I'm up to 410. Where am I? I'm like in deep third, right? Yeah. Jeez. 160 points behind. So solid third place, but definitely third place. I'll give it one more try. I'm gonna push my luck. Here we go. Come on, come on, come on. Oh, there it is. There you go. Okay. I'm encroaching slowly, but I'm getting there. Sneak up on you guys. You guys are off doing other things. See if I can climb back into second or even first place eventually. Okay. So, actually I want to... Normally I wait till later to deal with the belt, but the belt's bugging me in this one, so I think I might just... this pelvis. There you go. Deal with the belt right off the bat here. Because it's kind of throwing me. Probably have to mess with the pelvis as well. It's getting jammed up there. Alright. It's looking better. Except there. Definitely need some love in here. Like in there. There it is. You know what? Actually, I think one of the things we don't have is any life to the chest. No, we don't. That's what is missing. Yeah, no wonder it looks so stiff. Shoot. Alright, and it means I'm going back to mess with the hand yet again, but definitely need to do this. 9, 12. There it is. See what that does for us. Yeah. Definitely a lot more life in there. Broke the crap out of the belt, but that was worth it because there's a lot more play. And yeah, gotta clean the hand up again, but you know what? I don't know if I want the gun hand to actually go up because it looks more like he's knocking himself out. It looks like he's just knocking himself out right now. So I'm gonna reverse that, I think. Control S, haven't saved recently. I think what I'm gonna do is just let the gun hand remain downward, just kind of limp here. Let that kind of go like that. I can always cheat the shoulder down if I need to. Yeah, there you go. That's good. Cool. Not hating it, which is about as best as I feel about my animation usually, is not hating it. Alright, just making that belt not so ugly here. Oops. Yeah. Alright. And of course gotta deal with the hand again. Because I keep tweaking. Doing the wrong order. Just really want that right in the front and center on his face. It's actually okay right there. Not here. Yeah. Yeah, once I add a little life to the face, I think that's going to totally sell the... You nailed him. Alright. So, where do I want to go from here? Not sure. I guess maybe just a little bit down. Yeah. A little bit of a hit there. Ricky, how old is Penny? Penny just turned 3 like 2 days ago. Thanks for asking. My wife loves to spoil our dogs, but you know, since meat is hard to come by these days, she didn't get an extra big treat, but she got lots of attention. Yeah, she's a handful. It's funny because we were playing yesterday. Penny is a she. Yep, we have all girl dogs in our house. I have lots of women in my house and just me. I feel like the last man standing kind of thing, right? Yep. All right. So I think that'll work. Okay. And yeah, she's a mini Australian Shepherd and just got a cat. Nope, just dogs. We are a dog house for sure. How about you? Do you have dogs, cats, fish, tarantulas, raptors? Not a cat person. Oh, you got a cat? Yeah, I'm a dog person, right? I just, you know, I had dogs growing up when I was young, so I'm more partial to dogs. I mean, cats are obviously a lot more independent. Yeah, I used to have a snake and a pet mice. I hope they didn't have like a meeting one time. That probably did not end well for one of those. Yeah. I had like, yeah, growing up as a little kid, I think a lot of us had sort of the starter pets with the hamster, that kind of thing. But I didn't have any mice or snakes. Excuse me. But yeah, we've had dogs for a while now. Actually, my wife has always had dogs for like since she was young. But then the snake ate Mr. Chubby, and well, I was being funny. I didn't mean to foreshadow that one. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. No, that's terrible. Where's Mr. Chubby? And the snake goes, haven't seen him. I'm sorry. Oh, that's terrible. Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, we're at least, you know, when you have dogs, they're not in danger of like taking each other out. Okay, so what do I want to do here? Let's see. Maybe add a little more life. Whoops. Here. What do we got? 19, 22, 25. Maybe come down a little more. 19. Let me drop that one. 22. Just a little bit more. Maybe have it come back just a little. Nope. There it is. Yeah, there it goes. Just a little life. It's really subtle, and it'll never get registered by anybody, but it's just, I want that. I used to have a goldfish, but that didn't last long. Yeah, goldfish, I did too. The classic, you go to the school fair, right, and you have like the little bowls with the ping pong balls, so I had goldfish as well, but yeah, they're not very durable pets for sure, you know. I mean, the first time you take them out for a walk, and that thing is done. Alright, so that's good. Let's add a little more life to here. Like so. I'd say 20, yeah, 22, 25. But then the cat jumped on the bowl and then... Wow. It sounds like your entire household here has been a demonstration of the circle of life. or in this case, the circle of end of life. Oh, that's sad. Let's see, which way do I want to go here? I guess up, like that. Yeah. That's tough. The strongest, or at least the biggest, right? Goldfish is going, I'm a little outmatched here, right? This sucks. I saw stories, it's interesting talking about like animals and wildlife. I've seen stories of San Francisco that the coyotes are actually starting to come out and roam around the city a little bit, right? Now that the streets are a lot more vacated. That's pretty fascinating stuff. I mean, to me, coyotes are just absolutely beautiful creatures, but not anything that you ever want to see in a plurality, so to speak. Yeah, one time, God, what was it? It was my wife and I. We went to Universal Studios when we were like in California, and we were going after the park had pretty much closed down, going back to the car, and we saw like a couple of them. At least I saw two. There probably were more because they do love their little hunting in packs kind of thing. But I just turned to my wife and it's kind of like, they're cute, but get in the car. You know. I was planning on getting an ant farm. You know, it's funny because when Unity started introducing ECS, which evolved into their dots system, right? So the upside to that is that you could have like thousands of stuff on the screen independent and still have fantastic frame rates. I thought about the idea of like doing the virtual ant farm because I don't think I've ever seen one done well, but that might be just because that's a waste of money and there's no market for it, which is one of the key reasons why I haven't actually pursued it. But yeah, I think I had the ant farm as well. I think I had the ant farm, and then you had to like send off to get the ants, right, in the mail, which is, you think back on it, that's just crazy. And I don't know if my parents didn't, they act like they sent it off and I never got the ants mail back, or if they got sent to the wrong address. And from the game, coming to stores near you. Yeah, I thought it'd be kind of cool. You could like zoom in, right, and track certain ones, you know, and see how long they make it. I mean, ants, I think, man, I've always been fascinated by ants, right? I mean, they're just amazing creatures, right? I mean, they're, you know, the structural system they have, right? And they go out and they do their thing, right? And then they find their path. But, you know, I also just find it equally compelling that, you know, you go like that, wipe their little stream, and then they're just kind of going, I have no freaking clue where I am. Who's got the GPS, man? I'm so lost right now. You know. But yeah, they're fantastic at finding stuff for sure. The idea of just being a god to this ant is just empowering. I guess, you know, and if you ever get tired of them, right, you could have like a downloadable content could be like a magnifying glass. If you just, you know, one of them starts to really piss you off or something. Right? Or if you have like an annoying sibling, you could have a feature where you could put their face on somebody and you can like empty the ant farm on them and just watch them, you know, flail. Yeah, the first I played the what I consider to be Populous, the sort of the grandfather of the God Sim, and played that one like crazy. But I think the one that really kind of got me in the early days was oh shoot, what was it called? Park. It was like a theme park, right? Where you ran an amusement park, and it was one of those things that you had to keep the park always clean, right? Because a kid would come off the ride and just barf his brains out, right afterwards, and you had to hurry up and clean it up, because if not, it would cascade, right? And it just, you're getting grossed out and laughing at the same time because you just see it expanding everywhere. So it's not so much just the visual, but also the auditory, right? Because you hear every one of them yakking up, right? But I just remember that. It's like, that was way too graphic. I used to have fun burning ant colonies with magnifying glass, but then my mother told me that ant has feelings too. Yeah, that's me. I mean, I think that's kind of true, right? I mean, I don't know to what extent they have personalities, but I mean, there's definitely something going on, even in that little tiny brain. But I don't know, personally, just from what I've seen in ants, right? Sometimes when they come into our kitchen and that kind of stuff, I've seen ants that have been exponentially smarter than some people I've encountered in my life. I won't name names, but they know who they are. Actually, they'd be too dumb to know that, so they wouldn't know who they are. But yes, if probably have the same situation where you've encountered people who just kind of go, yeah, you are literally dumber than an ant. Sad, but true. All right, I can't remember. I did fix the fit. Yeah, I did that. Okay, I did fix that. And where are we here? So 22, 25. I'm gonna come down further, like so. Does Penny know any tricks? A couple. She'll do like the shake the paw kind of thing. She'll lay down. I don't know if she'll roll over. My wife was trying to do that for a while. She wanted to like submit her to do those little kind of agility tests for doggies, that kind of thing. But she is an exceptionally strong-willed dog, so she will do what she wants to do. So I don't know if she knows a ton of tricks. So my wife was trying to get her like jump through hoops, right? And it's funny because she just found it's easier just to kind of plow through it, right? So half the time she'd like knock it out of my wife's hands, But so I don't know if she ever learned that one fully or not. My dog has been playing dead for years now. He was so committed. Oh, that's it. Oh, okay, that's brutal. Oh, jeez. Yes, a method acting dog. That's just wrong, man. That's just wrong. Okay. Is that the too soon? All right. So let's see. How far do I go here? To 25. I might just key everybody at 25. Just have that as a cutoff point, and let that be my looping area. So that's 25. That's coming up on 1 second right there. You're on a streak, Ricky. You got lots of perishing animals. Starting to make it sound like your household is like the ultimate pet cemetery there. Okay. Let's see. So, yeah. Kind of getting distracted here. Let's see. Or am I just stalling because I have no idea what I want him to do? I think that's probably more likely. So if we do 25 and then... Should I animate the face now or do more with the body? Guess I should do that more. Okay, so... 3... Just trying to think of a good looping cycle here. So what did I say? 22? 25. So let's go start this at 25 now. Make that our kind of loop thing. Rest in peace, Mr. Chubby, Mr. Bubbles. Mr. Bubbles' wife, Larry. May your animal soul rest in peace. What program is this? How's it going? Level 2. I'm using Maya LT for animation, which traditionally you do not use Maya for 2D animation necessarily. I mean, I know that's more of a Spine kind of situation, but until Spine actually introduces a graph editor, I'll stick with come on, I'll stick with Maya LT. Are you do you do animation kind of stuff, or oh, that just looks obscene right now? Yeah, I didn't know Mike can do this. It can technically, but I mean, one of the problems I'm dealing with right off the bat is the fact that its Z depth is absolutely terrible. Yeah, it stands for light. So if you know anything about Maya, I think rents for like $185 or $200 a month, whereas Maya LT is around $20 to $25 a month. And the LT means that the key thing is you don't get a rendering engine, right? Which, if you're doing game development, you don't care, right? Because you're exporting FBX. So, and the other key thing is if I go create, oh, we do have a camera. Holy crap, they added cameras. I was going to point out how they don't have cameras, but they do. That's new. I swear to God, they didn't have cameras before. Okay, they just made me a liar. I just went up to 2019 recently, and I guess they put cameras in. So that's great. But that used to be a limitation, the fact that you would try and do a scene, a cut scene, and you wouldn't know where the camera would actually look in terms of perspective. Why don't you use Blender a preference? Blender, I believe, can do everything that Maya can do for free. True, but I've been using Maya professionally. I've been a professional animator for 20 years. So for me, it's a matter of I know Maya so well that I can work really, really fast in it. So for me, it's worth the money, and because it's a company thing, I can, you know, deduct the cost of it. With Blender, part of it is also because Blender I played with at this point like a decade ago, in the earlier days, and just the controls were so archaic at the time, and I was having trouble finding anything. And I know, what is it, 2.8? I think 2.8 actually, I think that's a version that just came out recently, made incredible leaps and bounds. So that's something that I could like maybe come back and look at some point. But for me, it's just time is money concept, right? And because Maya I can burn through so quick, versus if I bounce over to Blender, I'm going to be back at the bottom of that learning curve again, right? And just kind of don't want to deal with. Yeah, you can afford it, then if you can afford it, then you're a professional. Yeah, and by now it's an India scene. Absolutely, and that's one of the things too, because people will ask me, it's like, you know, hey, I'm thinking about playing with 3D, what do you recommend? And I instantly go Blender. Go Blender. I mean, especially, part of the problem too is because, you know, for me, for the last over 20 years, I've been Maya, and the other thing I've also still used for modeling is Lightwave, which I don't even know if you've even heard of Lightwave. But yeah, this is Lightwave. And whereas most people have gone to like Modo and other programs for modeling, I still use Lightwave, which is the kind of the grandfather of visual stuff in terms of modeling and layout all mixed together. You know, and it's if you know Modo, then what you're looking at here is the precursor to Modo. You know, this was actually written by the same guy that ended up going on, by people that went on to do Modo. And it's been kind of stagnant over the umpteen years. I'm still using version 2015, but once again, same thing. I could go to Modo, but well, in this case, it's expense, and it's also the learning curve. So in Lightwave, I'm just so comfortable that I just tend to stick with that. People who use Blender complain about using Blender. They actually like it torture. Yeah. You know, but I mean, I know, what was it called? Was it Bunny? Was the animated short film they did a few years back? And I mean, I thought that was an absolute beautiful calling card. I don't know, maybe it wasn't called Bunny. I can't remember the name, but it was the big old bunny character that's getting messed with by the other characters in the forest. Yeah, beautiful piece, right? And I do know, actually, I'm here in Las Vegas. I do know there is, you know, one or two companies that are starting to explore that, because yeah, if they're paying, you know, tons of dollars for Maya and for 3D Max or something of that nature, you know, if they're going, geez, we can cut this down to literally zero, then there's, you know, some definite incentive there, I think. That was an amazing, it was either Bad Bunny or Big Bunny. Yeah, Buck Bunny? One of those things. But yeah, I thought that was a fantastic way of showing what they're all about. You know, I thought that was a really nice job. But yeah, for me, it's just a matter of I don't have the time or the patience, the older I get, to sort of like shift gears and, you know, learn Blender properly. So, you know, it's as long as I can be productive and financially justify it, then for me, this is definitely kind of the way to go at the moment. I think companies who make money should at most make donations to freeware that they use. Yeah, you know what? I don't disagree with that at all. I totally agree. Yeah, I don't think there's any real shareware or freeware programs I use myself. Like I said, I use modeling for Lightwave, although I haven't upgraded in a couple of years, but that's just mainly because there's not anything new additions to Lightwave that I need at the moment, but I'm perfectly content with 2015. But God knows in the last 20 years, I've purchased lots of Lightwave upgrades. I use 3D Coat for doing UV because Lightwave's UV tools are crap. And 3D Coat has a fantastic UV editor, so I love 3D Coat for that reason, and affordable. And then for animation, you know, Maya LT. But excuse me, yeah, I mean, if Maya ever started getting more expensive, then I would reassess for sure. So how about you? Do you do animation for games, just animation in general, or what's your thing? Alright, so I gotta start compensating because right now this is looking really obscene. So let me start messing with the body here, see if I can make this less offensive. Did Microsoft also put the fear, the dread in you for updating anything? Not really. You mean like in terms of upgrading the OS, or I'm not sure what you mean specifically, but no, I mean I've upgraded along the way. I'm using 10, you know. I went up to that with no problem. I even did 8 for a while just because I was developing for the phone, the Microsoft phone, and as a developer you had to go up to 8. 8 I did not like. I was not happy with 8. Panda Jerk, what up, Panda Jerk? Hey, how's it going? Welcome. 3D Studio Max had a huge reduction in price for indies. I wonder if 3D Max or Maya would ever choose to be cheap, free to direct fight Blender. Yeah, I like Windows 10 as well. Yeah, I've been totally happy with Windows 10. Somebody just pointed out they're doing an indie price for Autodesk. Let's see. Desk indie. I think they're basically charging the yeah, here you go. They're charging a discount price, so get my indie. Wait, no, go away. Let's see. Yeah, so $262 for a year's worth of Maya, right? And that's literally the same price I'm paying for Maya LT, right? And this is something I had a conversation with when I got pointed out to me a few days ago, right? Saying, hey, why don't you get this? My only concern about bumping up to Maya is that you cannot bump down to Maya LT, right? There's a bunch of stuff in Maya that you can incorporate into a scene that Maya LT won't acknowledge, right? So my concern is that if I go into Maya, I might be ratcheted up into it and would have a hard time coming back down to Maya LT. So, I mean, as long as this goes on, it's nice, but, I mean, it is an interesting sign that they're doing this indie kind of thing. So I don't know if that's one of those things that this is their attempt to try and counterbalance what Blender's doing. But and I don't know how long it's going to go for. But it's an interesting development for sure. I think along the same lines of what we're talking about here. I do programming, novice game developer, application developer, more like a hobbyist, hoping to turn it into something. Well, that's cool. So yeah, so I was an animator that did the programming just on necessity. Yeah, they're scared of Blender, and they very well could be, right? I mean, you know, they did a good job of buying all the competition. You know, I mean, Autodesk they bought Max, you know, they bought XSI and then killed it outright. So you know, if you suddenly own the top 3 software packages, then you definitely rule the roost, right? which worked fine for a while. But yeah, like you said, if it's a situation where Blender really starts to make inroads, I think that's going to be the big question mark. If Blender can get accepted into visual effects houses that some ones that I've worked at before, and also game studios. You know, I think a game studio probably has a more likely to adopt Blender than a visual effects house would, and I've talked about this before too. I think the key reason is because if a visual effects house is charging, you know, hundreds of dollars an hour, right, or thousands, whatever they're charging for their general services, and then the clients find out that you're using free software, you could have some pissed off clients, right? Blender will never sell out like that. Sell out in terms of what? Of joining or becoming part of those companies, or just starting to charge or something. All right, so I think I'm rotating too much here. Selling itself to the enemy. Yeah, you could be right too. I mean, I don't mean to infer that they would, right? Oh, that's just terrible right now. So we're up there. So I think what I'm doing is rotating too much here. No, it is all up in here. Okay. So maybe not so much here. But yeah, that's cool. So yeah, for me that was I started the game development stuff a decade ago, right? I was actually more than that. I started game development back in 2008, and I had a day job at the time, animation, doing that during the day, and then at nights and weekends I would work on my first title. So just trying to figure out the whole concept of how you make a game, and it was a 2-year endeavor. So it was like late 2010, early 2011 before I actually got my first title out. But I love doing it, man. It's such an addiction. It really is such an addiction. Maboob, hey, what up? Maboob is back. Welcome, buddy. How's life in your part of the world? I haven't spoken to you since stuff got crazy out there. I was referring to what you said about Maya buying out their enemies. Oh, sorry. Okay, no. Yeah, no, I didn't mean to infer that Maya would ever buy Blender. I don't think that would necessarily be a reality. God, I hope not. But no, I just meant that Maya, you know, being ruthless and buying all the other key packages and just owning all the market. But yeah, no, that would definitely be a catastrophic shift if Autodesk announced, hey, the fantastic news, we've now acquired Blender. Yeah, that would be ugly. It's good. Glad you're doing okay, man. We got some crazy world going on at the moment, but glad you're doing okay. So yeah, since you changed your name, unfortunately, you kind of like have a hard time trying to catch up on the leaderboard. But here you go. I'll take one for the team. Check this out, man. I'll play catch here for a second. So look at the high score table here in a second, Maboob. You're gonna be going, what? Wait. Ready? Hey, good. I made a catch. That's good. Check that. Oh, I broke it. Give it a second, it'll come back. I've been closing it when it went black, and turns out I don't have to do that. I just let it sit there, and it'll come back on its own eventually. Never thought you said that I was speaking towards those who sold their software out like that is all. Yeah, and I you know, and because it was never a commercial product, because it was always an open source product, yeah, I don't see it going that avenue. So I get what you're saying. I wasn't inferring, but yeah, hopefully that will not be an issue. There you go. Look at that, man. 580 and 570. You believe that? Those are like monster scores. So, Maboob, unless you switch your name back, I don't know if you could do that, but you're starting back at the bottom again, buddy. So you still got 4th place. I went by you, by the way. I'm in 3rd place now, but yeah, you got a long road to hoe before you can climb back up. But yeah, man, you doing okay? Everything good over there? I mean, I saw it's good, but yeah, I mean, you got like all the school closing, that kind of stuff. Here in Vegas, the whole town pretty much shut down. If you've seen the news, you know, I'm sure they talked about it, but it's, you know, we're doing fine at the moment, but considering our entire economy rests exclusively on tourism, and tourism, right? It's just going to be kind of a dire thing if this stretches out for a long period of time. I want that score. I'm changing my name to that. Yeah, I heard that. Boris got it as well, right? And Merkel, she also has isolated herself, right? And then Prince Charles, yeah. So, yeah, that's tough. What did I read that Boris got it because he was shaking hands with people in the hospital that had coronavirus? I mean, if that's the case, there could be a cause and effect relationship there. That guy wants to shake everyone's hand. Yeah, I saw the video with Prince Charles where he's like climbing out of a vehicle and he walks up to people and puts his hand out, and the people are kind of like going, "Whoa!" And he's like, "Oh yeah, sorry." But I mean, in fairness, I mean, especially for Prince Charles, right? I mean, the guy has spent literally an entire life, right, since childhood, greeting people and shaking their hands. So I mean, it's one thing for us to sit there and forget not to shake hands with people, but when that is your entire existence, that's gonna be a hard habit to break. I would think so. All right, maybe like that. That's still kind of looking really funky, obscene. So I'm gonna dial down the pelvic thrust there a little bit. But yeah, everything's good here. Not much difference on my end at the moment. Still plugging away, working like crazy. Yeah, not much, man. I mean, the irony is the fact that now I basically spend all my time, here, right, in my home office, just working away like crazy on my game, right, going out occasionally just to get some food for my lunch and that kind of stuff. But before the coronavirus hit, I spent all my time in my work office working, occasionally going out to get food. So, aside from all the news blasts and all the stories on the internet, for me, I'm pretty much all the same. So, we've been very fortunate, actually, in our neck of the woods. Our neighborhood grocery store has been fantastic at keeping the shelves stocked. People went nuts on the water for a little while, but now they put the signs up and they said, 2 each. And since then, they've been able to restock that. Meat is a little harder to come by, but it still shows up occasionally. But aside from that, everything else is pretty much the norm, which I'm happy to see, right? I did not want the whole world freaking out. All right, and actually the up and down is looking kind of funky as well, so I'm going to dial that down as well. But how about you, man? All right. Oof. I forgot to do online schoolwork, and my school called me while I was sleeping. I got so scared. You have to do it through video, or you just kind of like you work on your own and you upload it and get evaluated? Apparently, my wife told me this. Apparently, all the teachers from the local school, they put together a caravan of SUVs and drove through our neighborhood and honking their horn like crazy to like wave to the kids and let them know that they're thinking of them, which that was a nice gesture. I thought it was kind of sweet. You work on your own? Okay. So you have to bang it out and then upload it? Yeah, I would have a hard time with that discipline myself, for sure. Alright, so I'm just hating this so far, so I'm going to try and focus maybe on adding some life to the neck. Maybe I'll hate this less, because right now I'm on the verge of like scrapping this and starting over. How about that? Ugh. No, that's way too abrupt. Yeah, okay. That's getting better. So if the hand's over the face, I think we'll be okay here. I took a little time to slip away, I guess mentally kind of thing. busted out the VR headset and played a little of the Half-Life Alyx video game. Hopefully we'll do that some more this weekend. And that's a fun experience, man. I had a blast doing that. Only for a few hours so far, but looking forward to jumping back into that. Everyone honking in the morning over here would get everyone in the street. Well, they were doing in the afternoon. They weren't doing in the morning. That would be evil. Yeah, they would get the same here. I don't think they would fare well if they were honking. You stream games? Just a little bit. I experiment with that. That one I don't seem to get as much of a turnout. I guess because once you start shifting over into streaming games, you're competing with like the guys that have 50,000, 100 million, the PewDiePies of the world. You're competing with these guys that have a massive following, so you get tossed to the bottom of the list. And so basically, I did it for a couple hours, and for the most part, it's me just talking to myself, So I don't know if I'm going to do it that much. I did it once before a long time ago, but to me, I'm not sure if it's worth the headache because I have my VR stuff set up downstairs where I have an open space, right? I mean, up here it's just too crowded. Got to start somewhere. Yeah, and I'm not going to do that often, right? Excuse me. I mean, I played the Star Wars Fallen Order when it came out because I'm an obsessive Star Wars fan, and Half-Life because I love the hell out of Half-Life. So those two were more like the exceptions to the rule. I mean, aside from that, I really don't give myself time to play games because I'm just trying like crazy to get, all this game done and out the door so I can move on to the next game, right? At some point, hopefully I'll find the time to play some more. Like this weekend. I'm definitely going to indulge this weekend. But tell you what, hang tight for a second, and I'm going to duck out for a quick restroom break, but Penny will still be here, so if you want to play catch with her in the meantime, hang tight, and I'll be right back, guys. All right. I feel so guilty. I feel so guilty. So I went out, right? Did my little bit. Came back in. I left the door open. So I'm walking in. In the middle of the room is Penny, just staring at me. She's like, "Do you know what time it is? Why? What are you doing? It's frisbee time. Why? What are you doing?" She's like, staring at me. So she's giving me dirty looks because she knows that it's almost 4 o'clock. But I kicked her out for the moment. I'll let her in here in a little while. I guess I won't finish this animation or even come close to it today, but I'll let her in here in a second after I finish up here. Alright, so Let me at least try and get a little motion on the hand here. And I guess I'll call it a day. Alright. So, I kind of asked this semi-rhetorically, but anyone got anything interesting going on this weekend? I mean, it's at this point, it's hard for anything aside from, yeah, I'm going to watch more Netflix. Because that's pretty much all we got these days. Although, interesting, I find it interesting that some of the studios are releasing simultaneously for rent, feature films, right? So, interesting times. The theaters are screaming and saying that, no, they promised us that once this goes away, they're going to go back to releasing the movies back in the theater first. But, I don't know, man. It could be a sign of the future. Rainbow Six? Oh, nice. Yeah, I played some of the earlier Clancy ones. I always seem to get, like, terrible luck with getting guys jammed up in doorways and stuff and failing the mission as a result and getting really pissed off. Let's see. Six Siege, is that a new one? I'm not familiar. I don't really follow that one so closely. But yeah, love Tom Clancy. Let's see if that's... Oh, mistyped? Okay. Rainbow Siege. Okay, so then what is it? Rainbow Siege? Because if that's the name of the game, then I'm completely in the dark. What's that one? Let's back down. Yeah, it should go like this a little bit, like so. Okay, yeah, Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege. Okay, yeah. Yeah. Dingo, all those guys. Yep. Do you play online, or is that single player kind of? I don't know if that is a multiplayer kind of concept or not. I mean, The Division is kind of like an offshoot, isn't it, of Rainbow? I mean, it has Tom Clancy's name on it, but I don't know if there's any kind of real connection to it. You play online on the PS4. Oh, that's sweet. That's cool. Let's see, I want to have, maybe, do I want to let the hand drift off? Yeah, that might be kind of cool. Especially when I have some facial animation on there. Ooh, no, that just looks like ping pong there. Yeah, I don't do any kind of online game playing pretty much at all. My game time is limited as is, and it just seems to me that if you're gonna play a multiplayer game, you gotta play it like crazy and just get fantastically good at it. So I tend to focus more on single player type games. You know, so I'm always envious, and I don't know how they pull it off. I have game developing friends, right, that talk about all the games they're playing, and it's kind of like, where do they find the time, man? How do you do all this game dev stuff and as much time as all this crap takes and still find the time to actually play games as well? So I don't know, they don't eat or something, they just skip meals or skip sleeping or something, I don't know, but I am jealous of those guys. Alright, so general motion here I think is going to be okay once I introduce some facial animation. And that's putting us up to 50. So let's see. And it's 5 seconds. We're 30 frames a second. So 150. That's not bad. Maybe have them like go from this gesture, like where he's just kind of like hating life, and then kind of like raise up for a moment, and then come back down. Maybe think about that. And fill up the drink one more time. Oh, just oh god! All right, I'm feeling guilty again now because when I reached down to pick up the drink, the chair moved. I could hear a dog necklace, dog collar rather, on the other side of the door move. So she's like patiently waiting. All right. So I'm gonna finish up here in a couple minutes, I guess. Otherwise, she's gonna start chewing through the door, I think. But I'll let her in a second so you guys can say hello to Penny, and then we'll go do our thing out there. But yeah, it's coming along okay. Don't know if there's anything else to show in the game stuff at this point. Everything else coming along pretty nicely. I'll show you this just as a preview. So one of the things I'm going to work on next is oh, it's 11 for me. Yeah. Yeah, but it's weekend, so you can, like, you know, I was gonna say you can stay up late, but you tend to stay up late anyways, it seems like. All right, so let me go this PC Z images Z space cats cat divided up. Nope, wrong one. That is the red shirt. It's not you. Let's see, Captain. Here it is. Yeah. No, that's not it either. Where did I save him? Just got back to Bob and weave my just got a duck, right? Hey, that was the way I was raised. You know, step out of line. Crap. Where did I store him? It's not like I didn't save him. Aaron, what up, buddy? How's it going, man? Now, this is a gentleman that does have time to be playing games. You're bored? That is how I stay away without get out of punishment. Yeah, so I was watching Aaron do some GTA last night, and apparently custom world too, right? So that was pretty trippy. I've played GTA, but never online. As I was saying, I'm much more of the single player type. But that's cool. That was, yeah. You were like hanging out with buddy. I was gonna ask you. So when you're playing last night, you know, you came out of the initial building, and he was on the map and the assets are from GTA 5. Yeah. Excuse me, but it's still a custom server, right? But yeah, your buddy, when he was waiting outside for you, was that just a coincidence you bumped into him, or were you intentionally planning to meet up with him? You know, him and his bicycle, because you guys were hanging out, man. You guys were doing the Bonnie and Clyde kind of thing around town for a while. Let's see. For me, basically, what was it? Liberty City. I guess GTA, was it? Yeah, it's Liberty City, the one that takes place in the 80s. That's one I connected to the most, absolutely, just because that was like, you know, my golden era of growing up as a kid. Oh, you didn't know? Okay. Yeah, it seemed like it because you were talking about how he hadn't been on there for a couple of months, right? He'd only been on there briefly, so I remember talking about that, but I didn't know if that was just part of the play along kind of thing, or if that was actually reality. I wasn't sure how much was, you know, like, you know. But yeah, when you went into the convenience store and you were like, you know, the cops are trying to talk you out, right? It was kind of funny because for the longest time you were just kind of like, okay, yeah, we're just gonna hang in here, right? And then he suddenly bolted on you, right? You're kind of like, oh, we're leaving now, and he almost jumped in the car and left without you. Oh, okay, so it shut down and then it came back on. Gotcha. That's cool. So how many people are normally on a server like that? I mean, do you have any way of checking the count on that? I mean, you know, I don't know if there's a way to discern between who's an NPC and who's an actual physical player. 64 max. Got it. Okay. That's a lot of real estate to only have 64 people, isn't it? I mean, how do you, I guess I go back to my question. How do you discern NPCs from actual people? I didn't see any kind of moniker or any kind of thing over the head to let you know which one's which. Is it just the way they behave, or is it you just know somehow? Excuse me. All right, I was gonna find Tribble Alien. Oh, here it is, Alien Captain. There we go. So yeah, this is going to show you. I'll show you the difference. Let me bring up the other one. So cat divided up. Yeah. Well, NPCs, pretty much the way they look or walk or interact are pretty dumb. Okay. So, okay, for like example, I don't know if you remember, there's one point where you were like coming up to the dude on the bicycle, right? As he was going along, and he started pointing a gun at you guys. So was that an NPC, or was that like interaction, or was that some dude telling you get away, pointing his gun at you? All right. So I was showing you. So this is my red shirt, right? That I currently have broken down, and this is going to be the captain that I'm going to use for cutscenes, right? And you can see I'm getting a lot more explicit, chopping it up much more. Where like the head, you can see the whole head is all one piece. So there's not much I can do in terms of deformation, especially in Maya. But here you can see I've split out everything. Here's the nose is separate, the mouth, right? And even the eyes are separated from the eyelids, right? So the hope here is you can see the head, right? All that's left is the line for the crest of the nose there. But my hope is by separating all this out, I'm going to get a lot more articulation. Also, remember how I keep complaining about the fact that I'm limited with the jawline? I can only bring it down so far before it gets exposed. I've actually created a special piece here that I can tuck underneath, so I can extend that jaw pretty much as I want by just scaling this thing up and covering that gap, which I'm kind of pretty jazzed about. Although in hindsight, I probably should put the little white edge on there to be able to transition that too, but thinking out loud. That was a person, I think we call him Locals. Okay. Oh, there goes my boob. He's up to 60. He's got so far to come back now, man. Look at that. Where's he at? Oh, he's on the board. That's good. So you're going to be in like 2 places on the board there at the same time. It's pretty fun. Yeah, it looks pretty fun. I mean, you have that definite, like, alternate kind of world mentality, right? And, I mean, I can still feel like the excitement when you were hanging out in the store, the convenience store, and the cops come up. It's like, because it's not AI, because there's people actually interacting with you. I think there's an added tension to it. Oh, you guys, a 19-year-old hacker nerdy dude. Is that why he has the broken voice, the cracked voice? That's pretty funny, man. Well, that's cool. It's a nice way to get out of the house without getting out of the house, right? Gotcha. That's cool. All right. So yeah, I got this is going to be the captain character, right? And then I'll do the same thing with the first officer. I'm going to break it up into a similar level of detail. So I'm going to be working on that after I get these other things plugged in. But I'll actually be releasing a version on Steam in beta before I start pursuing the actual cutscenes. And once I do that, as I told you guys, and I'll remind you in case you didn't hear it before and anyone knew, the plan is, excuse me, if you join my Discord, right, once I have a beta up on Steam, you will be able to get a free copy of Tribble Troubles to help me test out and play. So you will have yourself a free Tribble Troubles if you join me on Discord. Not yet. Please feel free to join me on Discord. Absolutely, do that now, please. But once the game is up and ready, I'll let you guys know. And anyone that's part of the Discord community, my Discord community, will be able to join in the fun and trying this game out. So I hope you guys will join in. But in the meantime, the link is there on the Twitch page. If you want to hit that button, you can go ahead and join me on Discord. I'm pretty much always accessible there. As Aaron can attest to, since he hit me up last night, kind of going, yeah, I'm gonna stream now. All right, so I don't know. Let me just go ahead and save the progress here. Yeah. All right. So let me turn off the X-ray, double check this one last time, see if there's anything else that I can play with without getting into too much detail. So yeah, he does look like he's reacting to Vader doing a force choke on him, but it'll look fine once we get them over to Unity. And I'll figure out what kind of loop I want to do for this. So far, this is basically what I say. I start at 25. So, yeah, I start at 25. Go for a little while longer. And then when he gets up, that's going to be like 2 seconds. So if that's 2 seconds, then that's 1 second. That's 3. So I only need about 2 seconds here. So what did it say? 5 seconds. So that's a total of 250. That can loop a couple times. I didn't put my channel on yours because you didn't say it was okay to. Oh, on the yeah, I need to make like a channel where everyone can like do that. I don't want to get my channel necessarily bogged down with other people contributing, but I do want to say allow other people on Discord to say you know, friend streams or something like that. So thanks for reminding me. I will actually make a channel for that, so you'll have a place to toss it up there. So I'll do that when I drop off. But I guess that's as good a place as any. Let me just hit Control S one final time. And I guess we're about that time. What do you say? Should I open up the door and unleash the Kraken? Let Penny chew my face off for a second, so you guys can all say goodbye to Penny. Oh, you already watched all of Picard? Okay, I'm only 1 episode in. I gotta play catch up. But how was it? I've heard mixed things. Some people thought it's fine. Some people really hated the crap out of it. But a mixed bag in terms of, I think, people's feelings on it. All right. I'm going to let Penny in here. It's good. Okay, cool. Here we go. So that's, yeah, every time I let her in here, she knocks the microphone and she knocks the audio out. I think that's Penny's aggressive way of telling me that it's time to shut down. She's impatient, and she's, when your dog starts disabling your equipment for the sole purpose of her wanting to go out and play, come here, Frisbee, come here, Penny, Frisbee, come on. She's hyper. All right, I'll wrap it up there. So guys, thanks for hanging out with me. Kind of a slow day. I didn't get a ton done, but I did get to socialize a bit. I will get a bunch more done over the weekend. Kind of hopefully get these new animations in place, and that will pretty much get me to the point where I'll be ready to hopefully throw out the beta version. So hopefully, fingers crossed, maybe next week, if everything goes well, I will have the beta available for you guys to take a look at. And for those of you that, like I said, for those of you that join me on Discord, you guys will be able to try it out on Steam for free. So, oh, you might stream later? Okay, cool. I'll keep an eye out. But, yeah, until then, you guys have yourselves a fantastic weekend. Stay safe. I'm going to go make the Penny happy here in the backyard. But, yeah, take care of yourselves, guys. I will be back on Monday at 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Hope you guys can join me again. Until then, take care of yourself. See you guys soon, all right? Adios.